He is the villain in their story, the monster. He is coming for all of you. The Emperor doesn't really care about the peasants. He is the Emperor. They call him the villain. He is the one who walks through the world like a storm, leaving nothing but destruction in his wake. People tremble at the mention of his name. A child born from suffering and rage, untainted by fear, and hardened by the cruelty of the world. What could such a soul unleash? A power so raw, so unrelenting, it could burn through existence itself, reducing everything to ash.
I am not someone they can love. No, not now. Not after all that has happened. I've walked too far from that path, too deep into the shadows to ever find my way back. Love was once something I could touch, soft, like a promise whispered in the dark. But that was before everything shattered, before I realized what it truly meant to exist in this world. I remember the days when I was just like them, when I believed I could belong to them, to their fragile little world of smiles and warm touches. I remember the warmth, the fleeting moments of connection that made me feel human. But I was never truly a normal human, not in the way they needed me to be. They wanted someone who could bend, someone who could break under the weight of their expectations and still rise with a smile. They wanted someone who would forgive, who would return the love they gave, who would always choose the soft way, the gentle way, the way that left them unscathed. I chose differently. I chose the path that carved me into something unrecognizable, a creature who is beyond the reach of love. Not because I didn't try to hold on to it, but because love was never meant for me. It was always a mask, a lie, whispered in my ear to keep me in line, to keep me soft when I needed to be sharp. I will make them pay. Every wound, every scar, every moment of suffering they forced upon me, I will return it 1,000 times over. They thought they could break me, bury me beneath the weight of their betrayal, silence me with their cruelty. But they were wrong. I did not fall. I did not crumble. I rose from the ashes they left me in, stronger, sharper, more relentless than they could ever imagine. I remember their laughter as they watched me struggle. I remember the way they turned their backs, the way they whispered behind closed doors, thinking I would never hear. But I heard, I saw, I felt every dagger they plunged into me, every deception, every ounce of pain they inflicted. And now it is my turn. They thought I would forget. That time would soften the edges of my rage, that I would learn to forgive, to move on. But some wounds do not heal. Some betrayals cut too deep. They left me in the darkness, thinking I would never find my way out. But they did not realize I am the darkness now, and when I come for them, there will be no mercy. I will not stop. I will not hesitate. They will see me in their nightmares. They will feel me in every shadow, in every whisper of the wind. They will know that their time is coming, that the pain they gave will be returned, that justice will be served, not by laws, not by fate, but by my own hands. I have no more kindness left, no more sympathy. They took everything from me, and now I will take everything from them. I will strip away their pride, their security, their comfort. I will leave them in the ruins they once left me in. I will make them understand what it means to beg for salvation and find none. They will pay for every tear, every sleepless night, every moment of agony. They will learn what it means to be powerless, to be at the mercy of someone stronger, someone who does not forgive, someone who does not forget. They will suffer as I have suffered. And when it is done, when I have taken my pound of flesh, I will walk away, knowing they finally understand the price of their sins. I have no need for apologies, no need for their validation. I owe them nothing. I will not ask for a place at their table. I will build my own, carve it from stone, and sit upon a throne crafted from my own victories. They will beg for a seat. They will plead for a moment of my time, and I will remind them that they had their chance, that they had the opportunity to stand beside me, but they chose to push me down instead. I remember every moment of doubt they placed in my mind, every time they laughed, every time they whispered behind my back, every time they told me I was not enough, that I would fail, that I was chasing a dream too big for someone like me. Those words did not break me. They fueled me. Every insult, every sneer, every dismissive glance became the foundation of my empire. Now, when I walk into a room, silence follows. Eyes widen. The air shifts. They can feel it, the weight of my presence, the undeniable force that I've become. They try to pretend it doesn't shake them, but I see the fear. I see the regret. I do not need to say a word. My existence is the proof. My name will echo through time, carved into the fabric of reality itself. They will tell my story, whether they like it or not. They will teach their children about me, not as a cautionary tale, but as an inevitability. I did not come this far just to be forgotten. I did not rise from the ashes just to fade into the background. My name will be spoken long after I am gone. It will be written in the stars, in the hearts of those who dare to dream, who dare to defy the odds. I will make them remember my name, and they will never, ever forget it. Every scar they left on me is a trigger. Every betrayal is a blueprint. I studied pain like scripture. I memorized every verse of suffering they wrote into my life. And now I recite it with a vengeance. There is nothing pure left in me. I am not the hero. I am not the savior. I am what happens when the light is gone and the fight stays. I am the punch that never pulled back, the scream that never got quiet, the blade that didn't hesitate. I come back worse, because worse is what survives. Love didn't protect me. Mercy didn't shield me. Compassion didn't save me. But anger did. Rage did. Hate wrapped its arms around me when no one else would. They think I'm bitter. They're right. Bitterness kept me breathing when hope wanted me dead. I don't want their understanding. I want their fear. I want them to feel their stomach drop when they hear my name. I want them to realize that the version of me they destroyed was the best chance they had at peace. Now, I'm unrecognizable. I am not scared anymore. I used to flinch at shadows. Every footstep behind me was a threat. Every silence was a setup. Every smile felt like a lie with teeth behind it. My mind was a battlefield, and fear was the general. It marched through me, planted flags in my bones, and called it conquest. It told me where I could walk, how loud I could speak, how much of myself I was allowed to show. But not anymore. I am not scared anymore. I've buried too many versions of myself to keep pretending I'm fragile. I've set fire to too many masks. There are ashes where old fears used to live, and I breathe them in like incense now. Every part of me they tried to kill crawled back from the dirt with sharper claws and eyes that don't blink. I was born soft. That was their mistake. They thought soft meant weak. They thought breaking me would be easy because I loved too loud and cared too deep. They mistook my patience for submission, my silence for surrender. I was the good guy, the one who held the line when everything fell apart, the one who forgave when they didn't deserve forgiveness, the one who carried the weight of the world on his back while everyone else turned their heads. I was the good guy, but not anymore. Once, I believed in second chances. I thought people could change, that if I just held on a little longer, endured a little more, they would see, they would wake up and realize that I was the one keeping everything together, that my sacrifices meant something, that my suffering was not in vain. But I was wrong. They never saw, they never cared, and I was left standing in the ruins of everything I once believed in, holding nothing but the ashes of my own naivety. I swallowed my pride. I bent my knee. I turned the other cheek. Every time they struck me down, I got back up. Every betrayal, every lie, every broken promise, I endured it all, because that's what good guys do, isn't it? They suffer in silence. They keep fighting, even when the world spits in their face. They keep hoping, even when hope is nothing more than a cruel joke whispered in the dark. But I see clearly now. The world does not reward the good. The world devours them. It grinds them into the dirt and laughs as they beg for mercy. And mercy is a lie. Mercy is a chain they wrap around your neck to keep you weak. Mercy is the weapon they use to break you, to drain you, to leave you with nothing but regret and bitterness. I will not beg for mercy anymore. I will not offer it. I used to dream of justice, of fairness, of a world where the strong protected the weak. But that world does not exist. And the strong do not protect the weak. They prey on them. They smile while they sink their knives into the backs of those too blind to see the truth. I was blind once, but not anymore. The fire inside me has burned away everything that made me soft. Every wound, every scar, every betrayal. It has all been forged into something new, something sharper, something stronger. I do not feel pity. I do not feel remorse. I do not feel the weight of my conscience dragging me down anymore. They took that from me. They took everything from me. And now, I am free. Free to take what is mine. Free to strike first. To cut deep. To show them what true power looks like. Free to watch them tremble as they realize that the man they once knew is gone, replaced by something they cannot control, cannot break, cannot stop. I do not need their approval. I do not need their acceptance. I do not need their love. Love is another lie, a fairy tale whispered to fools in the dark. Love is a weakness, a wound waiting to be exploited. I have no more wounds to give. No more pieces of myself left to offer. The good guy is dead. I buried him with my own hands. I laid him to rest in the cold, unmarked grave, where all the fools like him end up. And in his place, I rise, a shadow of what I once was, but something more, something greater, something untouchable. I have no regrets, no doubts, no chains holding me down. The world has made its choice. And so have I. There is no turning back now. There is only the path forward, the path I carve with my own hands, my own strength, my own will. Let them come. Let them whisper their judgments, their curses, their prayers. Let them call me monster, tyrant, villain. I do not care. Their words are wind. Their fear is fuel. They thought they could break me. They thought they could tame me. They thought wrong. I was the good guy, but not anymore.
How does a man become this cold? How does he turn so distant that everyone fears him? We all thought he was dead, but now he's back, stronger than ever, untouched, and more dangerous than before, alone by himself, because he has returned, not as the man they abandoned, but as something far worse. He has come to reclaim what is his, to settle the debts written in blood and betrayal. This is the end for those who left him in the dark, who thought he would wither and fade into nothing.
I do not feel pain. Pain is for the weak. Pain is for those who still cling to hope, to love, to mercy. I have no use for any of those things. I have shed them like dead skin, cast them away like broken chains. Once, long ago, I might have winced, flinched, recoiled at the sting of betrayal. Now, I watch. I watch as you suffer, as the world crumbles around you, and I feel nothing but the quiet satisfaction of knowing that I have transcended the limits of human fragility. A monster does not bleed. A monster does not beg for forgiveness. A monster does not crumble under the weight of sorrow. The fire that once burned within me has turned to ice, and this frozen heart beats not for love, not for kindness, but for one thing alone: existence. I exist beyond pain, beyond fear, beyond the fragile emotions that make others weak. I exist to watch, to wait, to endure. I used to believe in something. I used to hold onto the illusion that there was justice in this world, that if I fought hard enough, if I endured long enough, I would find a place where suffering did not reach me. But I was wrong. There is no justice. There is no salvation. There is only the cold, unyielding truth. I was never meant to be saved. I was meant to be remade. And now, I am something else entirely. Look into my eyes if you dare. Search for the soul that once lived there. You will not find it. It has long since withered, rotted away, devoured by the abyss that now fills my veins. You see, pain is not a companion of mine. It is a ghost, a whisper on the wind, a memory too distant to touch me. And yet, I see it consume you. I see it drag you into the depths where I once drowned, and I do not reach out to save you. Why would I? You did not reach for me when I was sinking. I was not born a monster. I was made into one, forged in fire, shaped by suffering, molded by the hands of those who sought to destroy me. They took my kindness and turned it into rage. They took my love and turned it into armor. Every scar on my body, every scar on my soul is a reminder of what I endured, a testament to the pain they inflicted. And now, that pain is my greatest weapon. I no longer seek their approval. I no longer chase after apologies that will never come. The cries for mercy, the empty words, the false gestures of remorse mean nothing to me now. I have become something else, something they fear, and they should be afraid, because I am no longer the person they could manipulate, no longer the fool who believed in their lies. I have risen from the ashes they left me in. I have become the storm that will drown them in their own sins. They wanted to see me broken. They wanted to see me on my knees, begging for the kindness they would never grant me. But I did not give them that satisfaction. I did not let them win. I crawled through the darkness alone. I stitched myself back together with nothing but fury and resolve. I was the architect of my own resurrection. They tried to bury me, but they forgot. I am the soil. I am the roots. I am the fire that cannot be extinguished. I have no sympathy left, no mercy. I do not look back and wish things had been different. I do not long for the past. The past is a graveyard of who I used to be, and I have no interest in digging up the corpse. That version of me is gone. They killed it, and in its place, something else was born. Something relentless, something unstoppable. I walk this world with a purpose now, a hunger that cannot be tamed. The pain they gave me fuels me. Every time I hear their names, every time I remember their faces, I burn with the fire of my own vengeance. But vengeance is not about them. It has never been about them. It is about me. It is about taking back what was stolen. It is about standing tall and knowing that nothing they do can ever touch me again. The world will witness their fall. They will be nothing more than a cautionary tale, a story whispered in fear by those who once thought themselves above consequence. They will serve as a monument to what happens when you betray the wrong person, when you create something stronger than yourself, something that cannot be controlled, cannot be silenced. I am not who I was. I have shed that version of myself like dead skin. The person they once knew is gone. In their place stands something unyielding, something relentless, something carved from the very pain they inflicted. I am a force of reckoning, a storm they cannot escape. And when I come for them, there will be no warning, no mercy, no salvation. They will pay, not just for what they did, but for every moment they reveled in my suffering, for every time they turned away when I needed them most. They will pay for the way they left me broken, for the way they laughed at my pain, for the way they thought I would never rise again. But I did. And now, I am unstoppable. I will make them pay, and nothing in this world will stop me. I am the consequence of their actions, not by chance, not by accident, but by design. They carved me from the stone of their decisions, their failures, their betrayals. Every crack in my soul, every jagged edge of my being was chiseled by their hands. They may look at me now and call me a monster, but I was their masterpiece long before I became my own. They wanted to break me, but instead, they forged something unbreakable. I stood in the fire, my flesh burned away, my soul blistered and raw. But what they didn't understand was that fire doesn't destroy the strong. It tempers us. It reforges us into something sharper, something harder, something they cannot control. They wanted ashes, but I became a blade. I am not here to ask for understanding. I do not seek pity or forgiveness. Those are luxuries for those who can afford to feel. I am beyond feeling. When you've been hollowed out so completely, when the world has stripped you down to nothing, you learn that emotions are weights that drag you under. So I let them go. I let go of love, of mercy, of hope. And in their place, I filled myself with purpose, a purpose they gave me, even if they didn't mean to. They gave me the gift of pain, and I turned it into power. Every scar on my body is a lesson learned, every wound, a debt collected. I wear my pain like armor. It covers me, shields me, strengthens me. They thought they were breaking me, but all they did was teach me how to endure, how to survive, how to thrive in the dark places where they thought I would die. I am the shadow they cast when they turned their backs. I am the weight of every lie they told, every promise they broke, every cruelty they thought I'd forget.